How's it going, guys? Welcome to VFG Movie Reviews, and this is my review for Obsession. Guys, if you could, give us a like, give us a subscribe, please, and thank you. First I want to touch on, before I get into my points of this video, I want to talk upon the money discrepancy that the lead actress and the art designer came up with. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things in Hollywood that are good, that are bad. You get paid for what your contract said. So if your contract doesn't have any back end deal, you're not going to get paid for that. Now, a director, and I got to make this quite clear, the point I'm going to use for this is a self-funded movie. That means there was no outside money brought into it that you have to repay or they get a point of it. Markiplier's movie Iron Lung was a self-funded movie by Markiplier, who ultimately gave more money to the people that worked on the film as bonuses because he had the ability to do it. I do believe that Cory Barker did not have the ability to do that because he obviously had outside investors and stuff like that. And ultimately, this is an indie movie. This isn't technically like, they didn't know this was going to be good. You hope it's going to be good. You hope it's going to enthrall the masses, and it did. It locked into a Gen Z, something that's involving the Gen Z population right now, and it made a ton of money. He obviously didn't have the ability to give them any type of bonuses or anything else like that. So again, unless your contract has something for the back end, you're probably not going to get paid any more money. And coming out and crying about it, I'm going to have to say that will hurt your career in Hollywood. It will. Nobody wants somebody who's going to cause a problem or talk shit about the movie afterwards or something like that. But with the success of this movie, this also could open a bazillion doors for you, which you'll make an exponential amount of money compared to a little bit of a back end and stuff like that. So that's where I am with that, and I just wanted to start this off with that. Now getting into my points of this movie, the world building. I think this movie really sets on the world building. I don't know if this is a one and done in this universe. I kind of hope it's not, because we have a world where a thing exists that you get one wish and that's it. Like, and it can be used in a multiple of ways. I think the world building in this is really awesome, and I hope Cory goes a little bit further with the world building in this. Again, I was more intrigued about the world than I was particularly with the story. And that's the difference between my life experiences going into this movie compared to somebody else's life experiences going into this movie. Now, the One Wish Willow. I think this is a cool little thing. When he calls and he's trying to figure out if he can get rid of this wish and stuff like that, and the dude's like, "Well, do you want to talk to her?" And you just hear her screaming in the background. She gets these moments of coming through the real Nikki coming through this imposter Nikki. I wanted to know what the imposter was. What is this? What is doing this? What is the obsession? Is it obsession manifested and that's how it works? Or is it like a demon? Is it some type of entity? I thought that was really cool, really interesting. Something that I thought was really just fun overall. I really want to see more of this. I really dig it. Like, on a standpoint of that, I really, really, really dig it. So, going into the situation, like, I mean, I've had loves that didn't pan out, or you're not that particular guy for that person. I've had that. But to be in the mindset of making a wish, of somebody being obsessed with you or being in love with you, is kind of crazy. And I think why this movie did so good is because there is a male loneliness epidemic going on right now in, I don't know, say the world completely, but in the US, with Gen Z and stuff like that, for a multitude of reasons. The manosphere, like our current administration, like shit like that, all playing into it. Kids nowadays don't really know how to talk to girls. Girls don't know how to talk to guys because they don't have those interactions anymore, because mostly we're all stuck on this bad boy. So I think this movie really speaks to the Gen Z audience, and which is really, I mean, awesome. Awesome. You guys deserve movies that speak to you, that can speak to me, that can speak to everybody. But I like that brings you into the theater, brings you into the movie, and you understand it for good or bad. Another point I'd like to touch on is Sarah's death in this movie. Man, I've seen some brutal shit in horror movies. This is by far some of the most brutal shit I ever seen. As she just smashes her face against that brick, and just over and over and over again. And he takes, like you'll maybe get, like, let's take Jason for a second. Jason do it 1, 2, maybe 3 times, and then the director's cutting away from it, but you'll still maybe hear it in the background. He holds on this scene just those next maybe 6 hits at to where you should think a cut's gonna happen, and it just goes over the top, brutalized. And then when he comes home and she's stripped down, butt-ass naked, and her face is just mangled to shit, and everything's just going to fucking shit in this guy's life. And ultimately, you know what's gonna happen is he's gonna have to die. This was brilliant. This was a fucking fun-ass movie. I have to say, this was a fun-ass movie. I'm excited to see this kid's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm excited to see what comes next. I've seen him in a bunch of, like, comedy stuff because he is a comedy guy. But I'm fucking hyped. I'm excited for this. This is brilliant. What are the ratings for Obsession? Letterboxd has it at a 4.1 out of 5. Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 94 critic score and a 94 audience score. IMDb has it sitting at an 8.1 out of 10. But where does this lie on my 5-star scale? The story is a 4. The cinematography is a 4. The characters are at 3.5. The design is a 3. Which brings our total to 3.1625. Guys, let me know down below. What did you think of Obsession? Do you agree with my points? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'd sure love to hear it. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. Give us a thumbs down if you didn't like this video. I completely understand. I'd sure love to hear it. Let's have a conversation about it. And I'm going to have to say, Sarah was way cooler than Nikki, and that's who he should have been with. 100%. Should have been even gotten to the wish. He should have hooked up with Sarah. She was way cooler, way fun. He's a doofus. Thank you guys. Bye.